And that breaking news we have just learned, UFC star Jon Bones Jones is being suspended and stripped of his championship title.
Obviously, super disappointing.
His actions were disgusting.
I hate you. I hate you.
You don't cheat the sport. You don't cheat the fans.
You decided to go out and drink and drive and shoot guns.
You've literally let everyone down again.
It's hard to bring this guy to Las Vegas for any reason. This guy's got a lot of demons, man.
Okay.
You are an absolute liar.
Well, we can talk about it in court.
Very few men deserve to be called the best fighter in history, and as subjective as this title is, Jon Jones is undoubtedly in every conversation. He is the youngest UFC champion in history, the longest reigning light heavyweight champion, has the longest unbeaten streak in the UFC, and a dozen more significant records to his name. To achieve those legendary accolades, he expertly uses his insanely long range with a vast array of kicks and punches. Perhaps the most famous of them all is a nasty oblique kick, which if timed correctly, not only stops the opponent, but can destroy the knee. A key characteristic of his striking is that it is fluid, unorthodox, and creative. But especially early in his career, Jones was even deadlier on the ground. He has an uncanny ability to deliver brutal fists and elbows from any position on the ground. Add to that creativity in both takedowns and submissions, the ability to adapt to the style of the opponent, and freakish size and athleticism for a light heavyweight, and you can understand why Jon Jones is considered one of the best fighters to ever walk the planet. The impressive feats of Jon Jones in the octagon are rivaled only by his problems outside of it. As good a fighter as he has always been surrounded by controversies and questionable decisions. Today, we are going to look at the tumultuous but incredible career of Jon Bones Jones thus far. Jones was a standout high school wrestler and dedicated his life to the sport. He became an NJCAA national champion out of Iowa Central Community College and transferred to Mooresville State College back in upstate New York to study criminal justice. However, his studies were short-lived, and he had to drop out in 2007 during his sophomore year when he found out that his girlfriend was pregnant and started to work as a bouncer. On a whim, Jones stepped inside the Bomb Squad MMA gym in New York and immediately became captivated by the sport. Jon had a fire under him and couldn't afford to waste a single day. This is a common trait of so many successful people, and fighters especially. They just have no other option but to succeed.
And the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change, and the more you'll just start to, see your beliefs come to pass. So, to answer your question, just self-belief.
A mere 2 months into his MMA training, Bones entered the cage for the first time, and in the next 12 weeks, he finished 6 opponents. The insane fact is that Jon Jones joined the UFC only 9 months after starting MMA training.
Yeah, and the really incredible thing is this guy's got 6 fights, and it says he's only been training MMA for 9 months.
In contrast to boxing, where prospects with bright futures are fed mediocre opposition to build confidence and experience, Jon Jones made his debut against undefeated 5-0 fighter Andre Guzmão. Jones was extremely impressive in his first UFC fight and showcased his raw talent by using advanced striking techniques like spinning back kicks, flying knees, and unorthodox punches. despite the fact that he began striking less than a year ago.
Jones is really pushing it. Oh, look at that. Went for a spin. Jones again with that spin.
Trying to set it up.
Again, he tried that spin.
He's looking for the highlight reel finish. And again,
good left hand by Jones.
Move that elbow up again. Andre Gusmau's first loss of his mixed martial arts career.
Takes him down, immediately goes to side control. Jones back on top.
I tread a little more lightly than you, partner, you know?
Johnny Bones Jones!
Jon Jones wins his UFC debut.
The 21-year-old Jones had to fight next against experienced, tough legend Stephan Bonnar. Despite his heavy advantage and experience, Bonnar found himself badly schooled by Jon. At first, his prolific wrestling was on display, literally mopping the floor with Bonnar.
Muay Thai, athletic, young, suplex, dynamic, a Greco-Roman All-American.
But what really shone in this fight was his extraordinary creativity and fluidity in striking.
Especially the Greco-Roman skills like, oh, spinning back.
That hurt him. Spinning back fist. Bonnar went down hard. That Jones has been able to utilize so far. And that's what we saw in the fight, John.
Oh, look at that.
Bonnar has taken a few trips to Thailand to train. And again with the takedown.
And he does. Good job by Stephan Bonnar.
Just like that.
This is where Bonner's really got to pour it on.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that?
You know, he doesn't even give you a second. Bonnar trying for a trip, winds up on his back.
The judges' scorecards.
Guys, good fight.
Johnny Bones Jones!
The UFC quickly recognized Jones' star potential and gave him a spot on their hallmark UFC 100 event. Bones used this opportunity well, and after an even round and a half, he exploded with a spinning back elbow off a takedown attempt that forced O'Brien to shoot.
Spinning elbow, and he clipped the top of the head of Jake O'Brien.
A desperate takedown attempt by O'Brien placed him in a tight guillotine.
Might want to get off the feet for a little while. Looking to finish it.
He put him out.
Over.
He put him out. Wow.
Jon Jones has choked out Jake O'Brien.
Jon Jones' career has been defined by two things: greatness and controversy, with his fight against Matt Hamill kicking off the latter. For one full round, Jones was thoroughly dominating Hamill, pummeling him on the ground. Jones urged the ref to stop the fight, but when that didn't happen, he tried to find another way to finish it and resorted to his elbows. A few of them landed, and finally, Steve Mazzagatti intervened, not to award Jones the victory, but to determine that the blows were illegal 12-6 elbows and disqualified Jones.
The up to down elbow from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock is illegal.
1 point.
He might be done.
That's it.
It's all over.
Wow.
Matt Hamill has been defeated by Jon Jones,
handing him his first and only loss to this day.
Due to intentional elbows, there's been a disqualification of Johnny Bones Jones. Therefore, the winner is Matt Hamill.
Wow. They were going to take a point away. Instead, they take the win away.
You've got to, even though you walk away from this fight a loss by disqualification, you've got to feel in a lot of ways that you won it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Well, that's a tremendous attitude, and you had a tremendous performance tonight regardless of the loss. We look forward to seeing you again. Jon Bones Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Jones faced Brandon Vera, pumped up to return from the controversial loss and filling out his frame with more muscle. Bones once again employed his elbow blades, but this time, the legal ones, breaking Vera's face in 3 places.
He's good, doing a good job defensively, though.
Big elbow.
Oh, yeah, that hurt. He's hurt.
Jon Jones looking to finish. Vera's hurt. Jon Jones, it is all over.
Wow.
Jon Jones.
Jon Bones Jones.
In yet another steep step up in competition, Jones next made easy work of crafty and tough veteran Vladimir Matyushenko in under 3 minutes.
13, right on top of the action, and it is all over! Johnny Bones
Jones! You know, you've gone through all these opponents, tough guys. You're ready to move into the next level. Give us your thoughts about facing a possible top contender in your next fight, because that's what seems like is going to happen.
Well, you know, I train really hard, and my goal is to become one of the best in the world. You know, whoever the UFC decides to give me, I'll be ready for it. And I just hope that, you know, Joe Silva and Dana really kick it up with me and give me some really, really tough guys.
What'd you do so well last night that allowed you to dominate that fight?
The biggest thing is I feel as if I came 100% prepared, both mentally, physically, spiritually, and I just did a lot of studying, did my homework, and we all saw the results. I feel as if when it's my time, it'll be my time, and I'll be more than ready to take it.
Another top contender, Ryan Bader, stood in the way of Jon's rapid ascension to the top. Bader was on a roll, starting with his victory in The Ultimate Fighter, and culminating with his win against legend and Bader's tough coach, Antonio Nogueira. This fight was going to determine who would be the next big thing at light heavyweight, and Jones did not let the chance slip by. Jon was his best version and flowed in the octagon. In the first, he got the better of Bader on the ground, and in the second, he used his insane reach on the feet. The nasty kicks forced Bader to engage in close quarters, but the long arms of Jones again proved to be an unsurmountable advantage, and a tight guillotine finished the fight.
Oh, he got it! It's all over! Jon Jones chokes out Ryan Bader!
In the immediate aftermath of the fight, it was announced that just a month later, he would challenge Mauricio Shogun Rua for the light heavyweight crown, because Shogun's original opponent and Jones' teammate, Rashad Evans, was out with a knee injury. At 23 years of age, and less than 3 years from his professional debut, Jones fought in his first world title fight, and his performance was nothing short of spectacular. The first shot that Jones threw was a flying knee, and it immediately hurt the Brazilian. Through the opening round, Jones first brutalized the champion on the ground, and then outstruck him on the feet, where on paper, Rua should have had the advantage. With punches, kicks, and side kicks to the legs, Jones was landing at will thanks to his reach advantage and his creativity. Jones also used perhaps his most famous technique, the side oblique kick. Only Rua's toughness allowed him to endure the barrage of strikes coming his way in the second round.
Inside leg kick, and Shogun has to rush forward to try to hit him.
My goodness. To the body. There's the leg kick,
and he takes it.
Big shot by Jones.
Nice elbow.
Coming in, man. They left his mind with the way he started this fight, Jon Jones.
By the third round, Rua was broken in spirit and body, and a final onslaught near the cage brought Jones the honor of being the youngest UFC champion in history.
Vicious knee to the body and an uppercut.
Jones to the body. And it is all over! Jon Jones is the youngest champion in UFC history!
The new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world!
An interesting fact about Fight Day is that Jones and his trainers intervened in a robbery and helped apprehend the robber. This case further solidified Jones' reputation as a good guy, something that would soon change dramatically.
Lived up to the hype and surpassed it. You are the new light heavyweight champion and one of the best fighters in the game, Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
After Jon became the champion, commentators and analysts were showering him with praise for being the greatest talent the sport has ever seen. And his first title run proved it every time he stepped into the octagon. For his first title defense, Jones was supposed to fight Rashad Evans, teammate turned foe, but instead faced the intimidating Quinton Rampage Jackson. Jones expertly used every inch of his staggering reach advantage to pepper Jackson with front kicks, low kicks, side kicks, and the dreaded oblique kicks. He did all that and never let Rampage find his own range.
When he tried to throw the uppercut on the way out.
Shooting that side kick to the thigh. He moved away, but he was so close because he has to capitalize on that because he doesn't get very many of them.
Quinton Rampage Jackson. And again.
His attack has become becomes so much more diverse.
Kicks are going to be a major factor in this title fight.
And head kick.
To the body
Nice
now.
kick to the body, shin to the gut.
Of this championship fight, 2 wins. 7 in the UFC. Jones was 7 as well.
Nice kick. Look at that. He throws a jab, and right behind it, a nice elbow.
Flying knee against Shogun.
If you watch Jon Jones' first fight in the UFC,
the ultimate fighter, and there's the flying knee. I mean, at times, Jon Jones,
look at that.
Like right there is Anderson Silva-like in his striking.
Look at that. Wow, that was a huge diss.
And when Jackson did manage to get closer, he was stopped by the jokingly called eye-poke rangefinder of Jones. The end came in the 4th when Jon submitted Rampage with a rear naked choke and became the first man to stop him inside the distance.
Rampage has not been stopped in the octagon. That's what Jones wants, to be the first man in the UFC to stop Quinton Rampage Jackson.
He's got him.
Looking to do it right here.
Quinton's trying to pry it off.
And it's all over! Jon Jones has defended his UFC light heavyweight championship. He stops Quinton Rampage Jackson.
And still, the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
After another showdown with Evans had to be scrapped, Jones defended his title against the unorthodox and always dangerous karate stylist, Lyoto Machida, who was able to get within reach a few times.
The Karate Kid pushes forward.
It's sedentary.
Nice kick to the body. And don't forget Jones's great Greco-Roman wrestling. Pushing forward again is Machida. The Dragon again
with a solid kick to the body.
Though Jones used every aspect of his game and anticipated a counter of Machida, hurting the Dragon and eventually putting him in a headlock.
By Rampage by split decision. And now Jones looks for the takedown.
And he did that when he used his wrestling. Oh!
Again they battle and another big knee.
Lyoto's in trouble.
Trying to finish this fight. He made it. Jon Jones remains the UFC light heavyweight champion.
The undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
Few things move the needle in MMA like heated rivalries, and Jones has had a few emblematic ones. He and Rashad Evans started as teammates in 2009 when Jon moved to the Greg Jackson camp after his UFC debut. Evans was the top dog in the gym at the time, and he and Jones became friends, but the quick rise of Jones was aggravating to Evans. When Jones was picked to fight for the title against Rua in the spot of the injured Evans, things turned sour.
I slapped you and punched you all in the face, and I was beating you in practice, and you begged me, can you get up? And then I said, if you quit now, you will quit in the fight, so I made you work back up to your feet. You remember that? And he was like, yeah.
By the time they met at UFC 140, they were full-fledged enemies.
Champion of the world, Jon Jones!
Evans managed to go through the full 5 rounds, but was defeated in every area of the fight. Aside from his usual arsenal of leg, body, and front kicks, Jones deployed to the battlefield his newest weapon, the ranged elbows.
Then a punch, and again he hurt him. And he stacked him with that elbow.
He stepped in with the elbows over the top and landed them from a distance where other fighters land straight punches. Despite going the distance, this was yet another dominating performance by the champion.
Flying knee by Jon Jones. And a big right hand. Big right hand by Evans.
Flying knee, big elbow.
Good kick to the body. And
Another
a big
flying knee. Oh,
to the body.
Beautiful switch kick to the body.
Stiff jab follows it. Man, as you pointed out before, if you're Jon Jones, you're able to step back and relax for a moment.
Significantly better now.
There's the body kicking a vicious shot, leaning down. Joe, were the elbows thrown by Jon Jones?
A little bit of change. Let's see if he decides to sprint to the finish. Just threw Rashad. Oh, he tagged him.
10 seconds.
Look at that, he poked hard.
and Jon Jones go the distance for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship.
And still, Johnny Bones Jones.
Coming off his win against Evans, it looked like everything was going Jones' way, and he became the first MMA athlete to be sponsored by Nike. But this was also the time when he was first caught driving under the influence. After a few turns of events, and the cancellation of UFC 151 because of Jones' refusal to fight against a late replacement, Jon had to defend his belt against Vitor Belfort. Despite being a heavy favorite, Jones had to face real adversity in the cage against Vitor. In the first, the Brazilian locked in a really tight armbar that hyperextended Jon's arm, but he showed true championship heart and did not tap. He did not have to rely on that arm, however, and annihilated the Brazilian with side and oblique kicks before submitting him in the 4th round.
Controlled pace here.
Front kick to the face.
Jon to attack that thigh over and over again, and then go upstairs. This kid didn't grow up with a striking background.
Brings the proper toolbox, and we can build something.
Side kick to the body. He hurt him. He hurt him. He hurt him. He hurt him with that side kick to the body.
And now the axe kick the same way.
Vitor's in pain here.
Like I said, Vitor Belfort
is going to get busted
this
up
fight.
With this elbow,
mentally,
man.
10 seconds. He needs to be Vitor.
Yeah. Again, he pulls him into his guard. This is so crazy. Oh, he's going to get smushed. This is it. Oh, man. Big elbows by Jon Jones.
Not good for Belfort.
Now he's going for a Kimura.
It is all over!
That's it.
Jon Jones remains the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion.
Disputed UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Oh, man, he got that armbar in every way, shape, and form. I've never had my arm pop like that before, and I don't know, I felt it, but I worked too hard to give up.
How bad was it extended?
I honestly was waiting for it to break. I was not going to tap out.
Chael Sonnen finally talked his way into a fight for the light heavyweight belt after the pair coached season 17 of The Ultimate Fighter.
I'm better than Jon Jones. I'm better than Sean Combs. I am even better than John Holmes.
Jones downplayed the danger of Sonnen the entire time and proved that he is not a worthy contender at light heavyweight by dismantling him in less than a round, all while nearly losing his big toe.
Guinea wants to put him on his back, and he does.
Big slam by Jones. Has eyes on trying to snatch an armbar. Pissed him off, and I think he's probably decided to turn this into a dogfight.
There's another elbow.
Oh, Chael's
swarming on is Jones. Big knee. Looking to finish this fight early. All over him right here in the first round. Jon Jones has finished Chael Sonnen.
All right, I'm here with the champ. Oh, he's got a broken foot.
Yeah. I was supposed to go to Jamaica after this. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
The biggest test of Jones' career came as much from opponent Alexander Gustafsson as it did from Jones himself. Jon was on top of the world, and his fame and riches caught up with him. He admitted partying it up a week before his fights, drinking, and not sleeping enough. He just believed that no one could touch him, even if he didn't give his all in training.
You fought Alexander Gustafsson. Be honest about that. How much did you train for that fight?
I had this crazy thing that I would do where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career. I literally would, 1 week before every fight, I would go out and I would get blacked out wasted. And my logic was, if this guy were to beat me somehow, I can look myself in the mirror and say that, well, I lost because I got hammered the week before the fight.
But the Swedish mauler dispelled that myth in one of the sport's most epic fights. From the beginning of the fight, it became clear the contender no one believed could win was here to fight.
The wild card is
nice
the wrestling.
Jab by Gustafsson.
Silva had been a perfect 16-0.
Oh, and he has that right hand. That's what I was talking about.
He not only cut Jon badly in the opening round, but also became the first man to take him to the ground in the UFC.
The right side of Jon Jones's face.
Gustafsson
with the takedown. First time in the UFC.
For the first time, Jones did not have that much of a reach and height advantage. And while he was landing his signature strikes, so was Gustafsson. The first 3 rounds were razor close as Jon was landing his kicks, while Gus accurately placed his punches.
Gustafsson with the right. Oh,
Going
my.
high. Nice uppercut by Gustafsson, but Gustafsson seems to have the hand speed advantage. He continues to land these hard leg kicks. Oh, big combination by Gustafsson. Really impressed with that aspect of his game, and that is, look at that, jab to the body and then up high.
Work on your wrestling with.
Oh, high kick.
Again.
Prepared for that. He's never been there before. Good uppercut and a good right hand behind it by Gustafsson.
Gustafsson
Another
again
right
connects. Just
High
past
kick.
the midway point.
Kicks to the body, hard kick, and a left hand behind
nice.
it.
It's back to the center of the octagon.
Excellent footwork by Gustafsson. Look at and a jab and an elbow. John's looking for that spin. Yep, there's the elbow. Look at that. Gustafsson grabs a hold of him.
Early in the fourth, the Swede got the upper hand in the striking exchanges while defending takedowns, but a spinning elbow from Jones in the final 45 seconds of the round turned the tides. And only the bell saved Gustafsson after a flying knee also landed flush.
And another one, he goes up high.
Oh, nice left by the champion. Again.
And here's a nice elbow.
Caught him.
Oh, that might have hurt him.
Yeah, that did. Jones with a big
vicious knee and a vicious elbow.
30 seconds left in the round. Gustafsson trying to escape.
And stays busy.
And again with a big elbow. Final seconds of the round.
Flying knee.
Gustafsson is going to survive.
Incredible fight.
In the fifth, Jones proved his championship mettle, dug deep when he needed it most, and pushed the pace on the challenger. As the final horn sounded, both men were so battered, they were barely able to stand.
Can he get this one? Finally! On the 10th attempt, the light heavyweight title is on the line. Big head kick.
Hands on his hips like he was exhausted. Another head kick. Barely keeping it together with the way he's moving.
Another big kick from Jones.
Both of these guys are pushed to their limit in
Spinning
this
elbow
fight.
from Gustafsson.
The big round for Jon was obviously the last round.
Another head kick. 30 seconds.
There's that head kick again.
Gustafsson missed with the uppercut.
And another one. Incredible.
And an elbow. 15 seconds. They're going to go the distance.
Flying knee by Jones.
Wow. What a fight.
Unbelievable. What a fight.
The instant classic was won by Jones, but Gustafsson gained wide recognition overnight, immediately after the fight.
Champion of the world!
That was by far my toughest fight, and like I said, I got to really exercise my warrior spirit tonight. Team Jones, we're still here, baby. It's a beautiful night for me, beautiful night.
The champion, Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
The Brazilian veteran Glover Teixeira was next in line for the title, and after the fight was moved a few times, the pair finally met at UFC 172. This was yet another clinical performance by Jon, where he also implemented some new techniques like the axe kick. Jones also showed some impressive boxing inside close range, which surely hurt the Brazilian and diminished his abilities for the rest of the fight. Jon did not drop a single round to Teixeira and defended his title for the 6th time.
Body shot again.
Good left,
big right hand. This is what Glover wants, to fight in the phone booth.
Oh, head kick, elbow. He may have an injury on that right hand.
Good
nice elbows.
And another.
Oh, good left hook by Jones.
To be remembered as the greatest of all time. Spin.
Oh, again with that spinning back kick.
The oblique kick and then the spin and now a shoulder.
Sliding out of way.
Head kick.
Mixes it up nicely. There's an uppercut. Knocked the mouthpiece out. Good job of tying up the arms of Glover too. Not letting him get off that uppercut.
Good elbow.
Landing a beautiful elbow.
Reset. Oh,
beautiful left hook by Jon. Oh, beautiful kick by Jon. The left hand behind it.
Oftentimes Jones quicker to the strike.
Oh, man.
And again
nasty.
to the body. And the elbow. Wow.
Wow. That was Jon Jones fighting where Glover wanted to be.
Jon leading a little bit further apart.
That front leg side kick to the thigh. Doing that with the hand, though.
Oh.
There's a spinning elbow. Beautiful elbow. And another one.
Again with the elbow.
Want to be the best in the world. And that comes from hard work. He has beaten Glover Teixeira up.
The best in the world and the best of all time. Oh,
again,
nice elbow again.
Hard elbow.
That one on the jaw.
And knee.
Watch for a spin, maybe a takedown.
He's got him down.
Fifth and final round. And another takedown.
Spin. And Jon rips to the body. I mean, this is the area where we thought Glover would do best.
That is a huge cut over the right eye of the Brazilian. I'll beat anybody at their game.
Elbow again.
Jones.
Wheel kick.
They go the distance.
And still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
I tried to pick him apart from distance, but I realized mid-fight that he was winding up on his punches, and you can't really wind up when someone's right on top of you. So I switched the game plan up to go on extremely short range, and it worked out great.
2014 was the year that things for Jones started to turn bad. Jones was supposed to rematch Gustafsson at UFC 178, but the Swedish fighter pulled out with a torn meniscus. All of a sudden, an undefeated challenger in Daniel Cormier was brought in as a replacement. What was even better for the storyline was that the pair already had a bit of bad blood from a few years prior.
I'm gonna push that man to a place that he's never been in his entire life, and I will make Jon Jones quit. Sunday morning, Joe Rogan, you will wake up and you will say, how Daniel make this look so easy?
What was a routine press face-off quickly turned into a brawl when the two best light heavyweights on the planet came within a breath's distance. Jones was fined $50,000 for starting the brawl.
Jon Jones, he's a fake individual. He's a fake person, and I'm going to beat him up on September 27th. This guy is such a fake human being. He's a fake individual.
Good luck in September, UFC 178.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Hey, Pussy, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I wish they would let me next door so I could spit in your face.
You know I would absolutely kill you if you ever did something like that.
You could never kill me.
Oh, I bet you I could.
Jon, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, Jon? I mean, really?
The fight between Jones and Cormier did not happen at UFC 178 because the champion sustained a leg injury and was moved to UFC 182 in January 2015.
I watched this Ali's 12 greatest rounds yesterday. Watch the fight, we find a new combination that could land or should land, and we kind of perfect them.
We just landed in Vegas, about to pull up at the MGM Grand. It's always cool when you get here. That's a cool deal, huh? It's a real cool deal, man.
Beautiful Las Vegas. Last time I was here, I beat an undefeated wrestler, Ryan Bader.
You cats don't follow you, man.
Just be ready for whatever. I'll be ready for combat. I'll be ready to just take it any way it goes.
Hey, to me it sounds like he just believes everything that all of his best.
Feel good.
Remember, second's a habit.
Heard that,
You're
BC?
already in.
Second's a habit, baby.
Enough of this waiting. It's time for us to get it on.
Really focused on the fans.
God, I hate that kid.
The light heavyweight champion of the world,
Cormier tried to push Jones and negate the range advantage in the first round, but for the most part, Jones was able to keep him at bay by moving, low kicking, and landing the jab.
Nice elbow inside by Jon, an uppercut by DC. Kick to the body, caught, down.
great fighters. And you see him staying right on top of the champion.
Nice knee to the body by Jon. And he's so comfortable that nice. Straight left to the body. Out of the way if DC strikes. That looked like that left landed.
Knee, but a good uppercut
landed
by Cormier. Jones very difficult to take down.
Oh, tries for a flying knee.
In the second, DC came back with vengeance and landed some nasty uppercuts from the clinch.
Dogfight.
Oh, it is a dogfight. Oh, good punch by DC.
That caught
and
him.
another one.
Cormier, a true wrestler, embracing the grind.
Kick to the neck, and Jon seemed.
Oh, so much has been said back and forth.
Jon kicks
between these guys.
In the fourth, the pace and strikes from Jones were already taking their toll on DC, and Bones took down the former Olympian 3 times.
This is probably the best, and it got him down again at the end.
DC did land a brief takedown in the 5th round, but in general, Jones had control of the fight. The last 10 seconds showed us that their fierce rivalry was far from over. Despite sharing the octagon for 25 minutes, there was no love lost between the two.
This ultimate grudge match.
Look at this.
Goes the distance.
The undisputed UFC.
He's only human, man. The undefeated DC, all the haters, all the crap he talks, it motivated me. I do not like DC, and this is why I'm being this way.
Jon may have won the fight against his rival, but he was about to start racking up losses in real life. First, it was revealed that prior to the Cormier fight, he failed a drug test for cocaine. By fight night, his sample was clear, but nonetheless, this was a hit on his resume. As Jones was preparing to defend his title against Anthony Johnson, he caused a car accident on April 27, 2015, in which a pregnant woman was injured. What was even worse was that he fled the scene on foot, and marijuana was found in his car. Jon managed to avoid jail time and was sentenced to 18 months of probation. The day after the incident, the UFC stripped him of his title and removed him from the rankings. After being absent for more than a year, Jon was finally back in the octagon to fight for the interim title against Ovince St. Preux. Despite the time away and the trouble he went through, Jon did not look like he lost an ounce of his skills. His pace was slower than usual, but his techniques were just as deadly and varied.
Jones. Yep, nice up elbow. Ovince took a big deep breath and seems to be slowing down. Spin to the body.
Final seconds of the round.
That trap. He's trying to get Ovince to the side of the cage, and by throwing that kick,
hard leg kick by Jon.
Ovince has done a phenomenal job of staying in the middle of the octagon.
He's got great Greco skills.
Allowed Jon to get off 3-4 punches before he actually returns something else. There you go. That's 3 now.
And that's
4.
That's his kicks.
Oh man, that left kick is so powerful.
Then there were the moments when he manhandled the big St. Preux. Jones won every single round, but looked like he could have finished the fight earlier if he wanted to.
Big shot by Jones.
Oh man.
And now Ovince is going to find himself in trouble. He has to continue the action or he's going to be in trouble. Did not continue the action.
That's a heavy takedown. It's the Greco takedowns. They go the distance.
And now, the interim UFC light heavyweight champion,
Jon Jones, welcome back.
Thank you so much. I don't think I want that belt. It's not the real belt. I want my actual belt back.
The win secured him the interim belt and set up the rematch with title holder Daniel Cormier. But yet again, Jones was in the headlines for the wrong reasons as he tested positive for banned substances and was handed a 1-year suspension. The entire time, Jon claimed it was due to a tainted supplement and not intentional cheating. Despite everything he does outside the cage, Jones is always impeccable inside it. After a 1.5 years on the sidelines, the highly anticipated rematch with DC was set for July 2017 at UFC 214. Despite being the good guy this time in the public's eyes, DC's heart would be broken again by Jon Jones. After 2 highly competitive and entertaining rounds where Bones was constantly kicking DC's leg and body with his left leg, Midway through the third, he picked it up to the head and finished the job.
Jones touching the head him on. DC. Right behind the ear by Jones. He's hitting him.
Jones with a high kick. He's just having a hard time reaching Jones.
Jones trying to press the issue here. Trying to
That's it. He's out. He's out.
Jon Jones has done it.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LT network. And again, the new Jon Bones
The euphoria wouldn't last long, as Jones tested positive for steroids and was yet again stripped of the title, with the result of the fight turned into a no contest. After serving a 15-month suspension by USADA, Bones was back in action to reclaim what he never lost, but literally threw away: the light heavyweight title. In the first fight with Gustafsson, Jones said he almost lost, not because Gus was that good, but because of his own poor preparation. The rematch between the two at UFC 232 proved those words to be true. This time around, Jones was more careful and measured and used his low kicks and movement to keep his distance. Then in the third, he took the Mauler down and mercilessly beat him down until the ref finally showed mercy and saved him.
He's going to take Alex's back. Oh, big shots. Big shots by Jon Jones.
Gustafsson in trouble here.
Gustafsson's in trouble. That's
Jon
it.
Jones has
That's
regained the throne.
Jones wanted to be active after the lengthy forced layoffs and took the first title defense of his second championship reign against Anthony Smith 2 months later. Smith was the biggest underdog ever in a championship fight and had nothing to show Jones. He was brutally beaten on the feet and on the ground.
You're going to see Jones try to attack. Oh, that hurt him.
Yeah, that got Smith's attention.
It's just so far out that he can't.
Nice. Spinning elbow.
In the middle, trying to land back. He gets hit hard with that left.
Oh, big right hand. Oh.
He trade right.
Oh. Woo. Nice right hand to the body.
He's letting Jon Jones control his hands, which is the problem.
It is. It's so hard to say. Once you've been beaten up, he's got a hold of him, and he's beating him up. Oh, he's hurt.
The elbow from Jones.
I don't know what Smith's waiting on.
Oh, and an up elbow, and now another one.
Tape. And then being inside the octagon with this guy.
Although the champion almost took his own title again by throwing an illegal knee, still, Smith showed his lion's heart and endured the beatdown, not taking the easy way out, while Jones kept his belt. Against the heavy hitter Thiago Santos, Jones started slow, wary of the power and size of his opponent. Santos fed Jones some of his own medicine and landed some heavy leg kicks. And just when Jones looked to be in danger for the first time in years, Santos missed a kick and injured his own knee.
Another leg kick.
Oh, Thiago hurt himself. He hurt himself.
Oh! Now he's got to go for broke if he's hurt.
Despite the nasty injury, Santos kept on fighting, throwing powerful kicks. In the third, Jones started asserting himself and landed a counter elbow and a flying knee to wobble Santos.
Wobbling because of the
Big knee from Jones. Oh, yeah.
Despite fighting with multiple torn ligaments, Santos still found success in the exchanges. In the end, Jones scored just enough to win the split decision.
On him, that left leg. Yep. Beautiful leg kick.
Oh my goodness. Many guys fight with torn ACLs.
Injured early.
Oh! to the body there with that one.
I mean, you see a lot of...
The problem is this.
So Jon Jones and Thiago Santos go the distance. And still!
If the Santos fight was not convincing, a sizable contingent believed Jones lost his next fight against Dominic Reyes. The first 2 rounds were fought at Reyes' pace, and he was catching Jones with solid punches. There was no sign of the champion's clinch and wrestling game.
Oh, high kick. Good kick to the body.
Eventually, he's going to start slowing down that footwork, and that's the question. What happens then? Nice body shots by Reyes. But Jones trickier, Jones.
Oh, so tuned in. Oh, beautiful left uppercut. He's not going to just stand. Oh.
In the third, the champion put his foot on the gas, and both men were landing, but Jones was looking fresher. In the championship rounds, Reyes couldn't land as many hits as he did in the first 3 rounds, and Jon finally took him down.
Down with the legs. Very nice defense. Nice elbow over the top. Beautiful elbow. Let's see how he handles him. Ooh, he ate an elbow there. That was a beautiful elbow by Jon.
Oh, high kick.
Oh, nice. Beautiful left hook from Jones.
The champ's uninspired but adequate 5th round performance tipped the scales in his favor, and he successfully defended his title, breaking the all-time record for title defenses.
Kick to the body by Jon.
There's your total strike picture.
Spinning back kick.
Dominic Reyes eats a heel. And being a title and being one of the best is you're just going to face that guy again. Dominic Reyes and Jon Jones go the 25-minute distance tonight. And still, Jon Jones.
Dominic, you have totally earned my respect, man. The difference in the fight were takedowns. He landed some tough shots, but I believe my takedowns is what got me the edge. That 5th round won me the fight. Those takedowns won me the fight. I believe in my whole heart I won that fight. So.
Later that year, Jones would relinquish the title, this time voluntarily, in search of a challenge at heavyweight.
When this whole heavyweight thing plays out, we'll see what works for him.
Jon Jones is not only the best light heavyweight in history, but quite possibly the best pound-for-pound fighter to ever put on MMA gloves. His natural ability to fight, to feel what is happening, and to adapt to any situation, matched with his extraordinary physical build perfect for fighting, have made him virtually unbeatable in the octagon.